The January transfer window opens for business in a matter of days, and the top clubs are ready to splash the cash. Manchester United looks set to lead the spree with interim boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keen to bolster his squad. Champions Man City could be forced into the market in a bid to stop Liverpool from snatching the title. Jurgen Klopp may bring in some firepower to Anfield to boost the Reds' quest for an elusive Premier League. Tottenham did not spend a penny in the summer, but could get the checkbook out as they plot a push for glory. Win £25,000 for free with FOOTIE5. Click here to play, and Arsenal may be on the hunt for new recruits as they look to strengthen their top four chances. Spanish sources, meanwhile, report Neymar's desperate to move back to Barcelona, with one Nou Camp star praying for his return. You can follow all the news, done deals and rumors as they happen here. KY events annexed by CHEST Art FIL D1239 Barcelona join Real Madrid and AC Milan in Rashford transfer PURSUIT apostrophe 1119 Ramsey wants Juventus MOVE apostrophe 1039 Liverpool consider Warner SWOOP apostrophe 1220 PSG contact Everton midfielder Gay over T Art ANSFE Art apostrophe 0952 1628 Hernandez, not for sale. Spanish outfit Atletico Madrid are attempting to block Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich from activating Lucas Hernandez's €80 million release clause. The German Giants are said to be keen on making a swoop for the World Cup winning defender in January, writes Elvin Mensah. However, they will have to wait until the summer to sign the 22-year-old French defender, according to Marca, as Atletico are not willing to sell. (1555) Barcelona unveil Murillo. Barcelona unveiled new loan signing Jason Murillo earlier today and confirmed the defender will take the no. '17 shirt at Camp Nou until the end of the season. Murillo arrives from Valencia and inherits the squad number from striker Paco Alcácer, who is currently on loan at German outfit Borussia Dortmund, writes Elvin Mensah. The Colombian has been brought in by Ernesto Valverde to provide more depth and solidity to Barca's defense following injuries to key men in Samuel Umtiti and Thomas Vermaelen. Murillo will be looking to make an immediate impact in his short stint with Barca and could make his debut appearance in a Copa del Rey clash against Levante in January. (1537) Pochettino provides transfer update. With the January transfer window around the corner, there will be plenty of focus on whether Spurs make any signings, given they did not do so in the summer. But Pochettino says any incomings might have to be preceded by outgoings. 1434 Alderweireld available on cut price deal. Mauricio Pochettino says Tottenham will trigger Toby Alderweireld's contract extension, but they could still lose him for a knockdown price this summer. Belgium defender Alderweireld's current deal expires this summer, but it includes a 12-month option which Spurs are fully intending to take up. However, Alderweireld's complex contract also includes a get-out which is open for 2 weeks this summer, which could see him leave for a fixed price of £25 million. Alderweireld, 29, is firmly back in favour, having nearly left last summer with Manchester United among the clubs who were interested. $13.20 Pulisic odds / Liverpool are closing in on the signing of Borussia Dortmund star Christian Pulisic, according to the bookies. The Reds have been linked with the American international for months, while Chelsea are also reportedly interested. Odds on Pulisic making a move to Anfield by the end of the January transfer window have been slashed to just 7/2 in from 14-1 with Paddy Power. $12.39 KUI Eventall and axed by Chesterfield have axed manager Martin Allen. The Boxing Day battering at the hands of Solihull Moors proved the final straw for Spirites Chiefs. Chesterfield CEO Graham Bean said, "On behalf of the club, I would like to thank Martin and his staff for their hard work and wish them all the very best for the future." The search for a new manager is now underway. 12:12 Vlasic set for CSKA stay. CSKA Moscow believe Everton misfit Nikola Vlasic wants to remain with the Russian outfit once his loan expires, writes Elvin Mensah. The club's chief executive, Roman Babi, claims Vlasic is happy in Moscow. However, a major stumbling block which could hinder the possibility of a permanent move is finances, as the club may struggle to afford the 21-year-old Croatian international. $11.46 Doubter on PSG radar. Watford's Abdoulaye Doubter is a target for French giants Paris Saint-Germain, writes Elvin Mensah. The 25-year-old midfielder has played in all 19 Premier League games for the Hornets, and they will need to replace the Frenchman should he leave the club. The Daily Mail reports Watford are considering a January swoop for Nice's Adrien Tamiz, 24, a former France under-18 international. $11.24 Dembele set for Spurs exit. Tottenham midfielder Moussa Dembele could be on his way out of North London as his contract with the club expires in the summer, writes Elvin Mensah. According to Le Sport 10, Monaco manager Thierry Henry is said to be interested in signing the 31-year-old Belgian international. Dembele has fallen down the pecking order at the club recently and featured in only 15 games in all competitions this season. $10.24 Juve make Douglas Costa decision. Manchester United have been dealt a transfer blow after Juventus slapped a "not for sale" sign on Douglas Costa. The Brazilian midfielder has been linked with the Red Devils and their rival City. However, the Serie A leaders don't plan to offload the Brazilian in January, according to Calciomercato. $9.53 Chelsea to end Higuain pursuit. Chelsea should scrap their pursuit for Gonzalo Higuain and give Olivier Giroud a push. That is the verdict of former Liverpool and England star Danny Murphy. The France striker was an unused substitute during Chelsea's 2-1 Boxing Day win over Watford, with youngster Callum Hudson-Odoi sent on ahead of him. And the 32-year-old has had to contend with a bit Pat rolled following his arrival almost a year ago from Arsenal. But Match of the Day pundit Murphy believes Giroud deserves a better run of games and feels that the Frenchman is the best to unlock more goals from Eden Hazard. (9:28) Newcastle Del transfer blow. Rafael Benitez admits Newcastle will not be in a position to make any signings when the January transfer window opens next week. The Toon boss is desperate to add to his squad as soon as possible, but when asked if he thought they would get any deals done early, he replied, "No." Newcastle were hammered 4-0 by Liverpool on Boxing Day. 08:55 Spurs eyeing £15 million rated defender. Tottenham are reportedly lining up a move for Norwich starlet Max Aarons. The 18-year-old right-back only penned his first pro deal with the Canaries last summer, but he is already attracting admiring glances from elsewhere. Spurs are planning a £15 million move for Aarons, according to The Sun, but face competition from RB Leipzig. (8:36) Gunners want Navas. He's been out of the Real Madrid first team, but is Keylor Navas ready to head to the Premier League? The out-of-favour Madrid keeper is being linked with a move to Arsenal. He is being kept out of Los Blancos' team by former Chelsea keeper Thibaut Courtois and would be available for a fee in the region of £12 million. However, with Bernd Leno and Petrosech vying for the NO1, it seems unlikely. Doesn't it? 8:23 Rondon provides transfer updates. Salomon Rondon has vowed to repay Rafa Benitez with his best ever haul of goals this season. The Newcastle United No.9 has netted 4 in the Premier League this season, 1 in the Cup and 2 for Venezuela. Rondon's best total is 9 for West Brom in 2015-16, and he has pledged to get into double figures during this campaign. The striker wants to stay at Newcastle long-term and then finished his career at his former club in Spain, Malaga. Rondon, who wants to sample the special Boxing Day atmosphere at Anfield against Liverpool today, said, "Every year you have a goal of doing better than in previous years. Despite the injury I had early this season, I have been doing quite well, and I hope to reach double figures." Full story. HERE 8:14 Juve make Costa situation clear. Want an update on Douglas Costa? Of course you do. Since the sacking of Jose Mourinho, Manchester United have been linked with a sensational £60 million move for Douglas Costa. Sources in Italy claim a bid has been lodged for the talented Brazilian right-winger, with new boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keen to strengthen his squad. The Norwegian interim boss was even said to have been consulted before Ed Woodward, a longtime admirer of the winger, put in the bid. But now Juventus have spelt out exactly where they stand with the 28-year-old. Club sources have told Calciomercato that he can move to the Premier League, but not now. Full story HER 8 o'clock. United close in on K2. Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly has been putting in some monster displays for the Italians, and Manchester United have certainly noticed. Koulibaly was always said to be Jose Mourinho's his no.1 target for United, but the Serie A side were looking for around £90 million for the defender. But now that interest seems to have carried over to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and more importantly the man holds the purse strings, Ed Woodward. At 27, and with great pedigree in European football, Koulibaly should be just the man United need to shore up their backline. And the bookies agree. They say Koulibaly looks set for a shock move to Man United. When the transfer window opens, the bookies rate the Napoli defender's odds of making Old Trafford his next port of call at just a 2-1 shot shorter than they've ever been. Alex Apati of Ladbrokes said, Solskjaer may well be trusted with a hefty transfer budget next month, and the odds suggest Koulibaly's the first player who will move to Manchester. Full story HER 749 Nainggolan wants Roma return. Inter Milan midfielder Raja Nainggolan wants a return to Roma. That's according to Italian publication Calciomercato, who claim the Belgian is looking for a way out at the San Siro. Nainggolan was suspended for disciplinary reasons this week, and it's set to miss Inter's clash with Napoli. The publication reports that the player feels he is in a slaughterhouse in Milan and ready to return to Rome. $744 Isco and Kovacic for Hazard. Real Madrid will let Isco join Chelsea and Mateo Kovacic's loan become a permanent one at Stamford Bridge in part exchange for Eden Hazard, according to reports in Spain. The Belgian was superb in the win over Watford on Boxing Day and could be of interest to Real Madrid as they bid to move back in contention with Barcelona next season in the title race. Chelsea reportedly have an interest in Isco, with reports of a £70 million bid being prepared for January. $23.40 Kovacic drops hint of permanent Chelsea stay. Mateo Kovacic has suggested he could make his move to Chelsea permanent. The Croatian joined the Stamford Bridge club from Real Madrid on a season-long loan at the start of the campaign. The midfielder is enjoying life in the Premier League and suggested he'd be happy to stay on in southwest London should Real Madrid agree to a deal. $17.16 Ramos could quit Real Madrid amid Mourinho update. Sergio Ramos could quit Real Madrid if they rehire former Los Blancos boss Jose Mourinho, report the Daily Express. Ramos played under Mourinho during his first stint in charge of the Bernabeu club between 2010 and 2013. Mourinho was recently sacked by Manchester United, with the club turning to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on a temporary basis. The Portuguese has remained tight-lipped over his future, but could be tempted to manage in Spain once more. (1510) United still keen on Milinkovic. Manchester United are in talks with the agent of one of former manager Jose Mourinho's top transfer targets, Fiorentina's 21-year-old Serbia defender Nikola Milinkovic. They are still keen to bring him to Old Trafford according to La RPP UBBLIC. A 14-17 Real Sociedad sacked coach Asier Garitano on Wednesday after a poor start to the season and replaced him with Imanol Alguacil. Sociedad are 15th in La Liga, 4 points above the relegation zone, and Garitano managed only one win from 8 home matches after being appointed at the end of last season. Alguacil, 47, played for Real Sociedad for 10 years and temporarily took charge after Eusebio Sacristan was sacked in March. The club wants to thank Asier Garitano for all he brought, his professionalism and his dedication that he showed during his time in charge of the first team, wishing him the best for his personal and professional future, Real Sociedad said in a statement. Imanol Alguacil already took charge of the first team in the final months of last season. He earned 16 points from 9 games, with 5 wins, a draw and 3 defeats. Alguacil stayed at the club after Garitano's appointment, managing the youth team. (1354) Sterling hails Liverpool and reveals why Salah has been so good. Raheem Sterling may have left Liverpool under a cloud, but he still has a lot of admiration for Jurgen Klopp's men as they battle it out for the title. The England winger left for Manchester City in 2015 after 95 games for the Anfield side. His career has blossomed under Pep Guardiola since, perhaps vindicating his controversial £49 million switch. In a wide-ranging interview with 360 Sports, Sterling said, "I'm not surprised by how well Salah's done. He's gone to Liverpool, and it's clicked for him. Every player has a moment when they are good, very good, and then it clicks. He's been exceptional." Full story. HERE 1308 Juventus make position on Douglas Costa clear. Want an update on Douglas Costa? Of course you do. Since the sacking of Jose Mourinho, Manchester United have been linked with a sensational £60 million move for Douglas Costa. Sources in Italy claim a bid has been lodged for the talented Brazilian right winger, with new boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keen to strengthen his squad. The Norwegian interim boss was even said to have been consulted before Ed Woodward, a long-time admirer of the winger, put in the bid. But now Juventus have spelt out exactly where they stand with the 28-year-old. Club sources have told Calciomercato that he can move to the Premier League, but not now. Full story. HERE 1234 Morsi penned new deal with Wigan. Sam Morsi has signed a new 2.5-year deal with Wigan. The Egyptian international has been at the DW Stadium since 2016. His appetite to learn and better himself every day is second to none, said boss Paul Cook. He's deserved everything he's got in terms of his place at the World Cup and now his new contract here at Wigan. "12:20 Solskjaer consulted before Douglas Costa bid. We brought you Manchester United's move for Douglas Costa a few days ago. Despite the Mirror Football revealing that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will only be allowed loan signings next month, in the know Italian sources are sure a bid has already been made. According to Calciomercato, United have had a €60 million offer for the Juventus winger turned down. Rai Sport are now confirming the bid is lodged with Solskjaer, said to have been consulted beforehand. The Brazilian right winger has played only 16 matches in all competitions for Juve this season, having made his loan deal a permanent one in the summer. Costa has made 12 Serie A appearances this term, but has come off the bench 9 times, leading to speculation that he doesn't have a long-term future in Turin. Full story. HERE 1208 Man United close in on sensational move for Kalidou Koulibaly. Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly has been putting in some monster displays for the Italians, and Manchester United have certainly noticed. Koulibaly was always said to be Jose Mourinho's his no.1 target for United, but the Serie A side were looking for around £90 million for the defender. But now that interest seems to have carried over to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and more importantly the man holds the purse strings, Ed Woodward. At 27, and with great pedigree in European football, Koulibaly should be just the man United need to shore up their backline. And the bookies agree. They say Koulibaly looks set for a shock move to Man United. When the transfer window opens, the bookies rate the Napoli defender's odds of making Old Trafford his next port of call at just a 2-1 shot shorter than they've ever been. Alex Apati of Ladbrokes said, Solskjaer may well be trusted with a hefty transfer budget next month, and the odds suggest Koulibaly's the first player who will move to Manchester. Full story. HERE 1138 Arsenal linked with Shock Navas move. He's been out of the Real Madrid first team, but is Keylor Navas ready to head to the Premier League? The out-of-favour Madrid keeper is being linked with a move to Arsenal. He is being kept out of Los Blancos' team by former Chelsea keeper Thibaut Courtois and would be available for a fee in the region of £12 million. However, with Bernd Leno and Petrosech vying for the NO1, it seems unlikely. Doesn't it? 1136 Salomon Rondon provides transfer update. Salomon Rondon has vowed to repay Rafa Benitez with his best ever haul of goals this season. The Newcastle United 0.9 has netted 4 in the Premier League this season, 1 in the Cup and 2 for Venezuela. Rondon's best total is 9 for West Brom in 2015-16, and he has pledged to get into double figures during this campaign. The striker wants to stay at Newcastle long-term and then finished his career at his former club in Spain, Malaga. Rondon, who wants to sample the special Boxing Day atmosphere at Anfield against Liverpool today, said, "Every year you have a goal of doing better than in previous years. Despite the injury I had early this season, I have been doing quite well, and I hope to reach double figures." Full story here.